Welcome to my channel Sci-Fi Love Story. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. The station was supposed to be dead. Every long-range scan said so. No power spikes. No life signs. No movement. Yet engineer Marcus Hale watched the metal skin of the structure ripple. Just once. A slow, almost shy movement, like the station itself had taken a breath. Marcus froze. "Control," he said quietly into his helmet mic. "Run that scan again." Static answered him. That was problem number 3. Problem number 1 was that the station was the size of a small moon. Problem number 2 was that it was not built by humans. Marcus floated a few meters from the surface, mag boots disengaged, one hand gripping his maneuver thruster. The alien station drifted in the void above a dead red star, its surface made of dark hexagonal plates stitched together with glowing seams that pulsed weakly, like dying veins. Ancient, massive, impossible. The Coalition had called it derelict Thetanine. The Salvage Guild called it free money. Marcus called it wrong. He had been an engineer for 23 years. He had repaired fusion drives held together by prayers and tape. He had rebuilt life support while bleeding into his suit. He trusted machines more than people. And machines did not twitch unless something inside them still lived. "Control," he tried again. "I'm getting surface motion." Still nothing. Marcus checked his suit readouts. Oxygen fine, power stable, heart rate elevated but not stupid. He wasn't panicking. He was listening. That was why they paid humans like him. Most species in the Coalition designed systems that worked perfectly, until they didn't. Humans designed systems that failed loudly, predictably, and could be bullied back into working. Marcus slowly extended his scanner wand and pressed it to the station's surface. The moment metal touched alien alloy, the station woke up. Lights surged across the hull in violent patterns. The hex plates shifted, locking and unlocking like giant teeth. A deep vibration rolled through Marcus's bones, not sound but pressure. "Oh hell," he whispered. A massive circular seam opened beneath him. The station swallowed him whole. Marcus slammed into a gravity field, so sudden it nearly snapped his spine. He hit the floor hard, rolled, and came up on one knee, suit servos whining in protest. The air inside the chamber was breathable, but old, dry, thin. Lights flickered on overhead. The room was enormous, shaped like a cathedral carved by machines. Towers of machinery stretched upward into shadow. Alien symbols crawled across walls like frozen fire. And in the center of it all, a core. Not broken. Not abandoned. Starving. Marcus's suit alarm screamed as energy readings spiked off the scale. "This is not a salvage job," he muttered. "This is a heart attack waiting to happen." His comm crackled to life. "Cuss, Marcus, where did you go?" "Control." He exhaled slowly. "Inside the station, it's active." A pause. "That's impossible." Marcus looked at the trembling core, at the ancient systems barely holding together, at a structure that had outlived its creators. "Yeah," he said, "it usually is." The core pulsed again, harder this time. Marcus's engineer brain kicked in automatically. That core was failing. Not violently, not catastrophically. It was dying of neglect. And if it died completely, the station would not just shut down. It would collapse. Gravity fields, structural integrity, containment systems older than human civilization. If it failed all at once, the explosion would rip space apart for millions of kilometers. And the nearest inhabited system was only 2 jumps away. Marcus keyed his mic. "Control, get the Coalition on the line. This station is not dead, it's critical." Another pause, then colder this time. Engineer Hale, Coalition command says to withdraw immediately. This is outside contract scope. Marcus stared at the core. It pulsed again, weaker now. Outside contract scope. He laughed once, sharp and humorless. Yeah, he said, that sounds about right. He disconnected the channel. Then he did what humans always did when the universe presented an impossible problem. He rolled up his sleeves and got to work. The station fought him. Alien systems rejected his tools. Energy flows shifted when he tried to map them. The logic was wrong, not broken, just different. This station had not been built for efficiency. It had been built for endurance. Marcus traced conduits thicker than city trains. He found redundancy layered over redundancy, systems meant to fail slowly instead of suddenly. Whoever built this had feared extinction and had planned for it. Okay, Marcus said to the empty chamber, I see you. He jury-rigged adapters from his suit power pack, feeding a trickle of energy into auxiliary systems. Lights stabilized. The core's pulse smoothed just a little. The station responded. Not mechanically. Emotionally. Marcus felt it in his bones again, that pressure, that awareness. The alien symbols on the wall rearranged themselves. A voice spoke. Not sound. Meaning. Why are you here? Marcus swallowed. I'm an engineer, he said aloud. Your station is dying, I can help. Silence. Then. You are too small. Marcus snorted. Yeah, I get that a lot. He rerouted power manually, overriding safeguards that no longer understood their own purpose. Human systems screamed warnings. Alien systems watched. The core stabilized another fraction. The station trembled less. You damage yourself. Marcus glanced at his suit diagnostics. Radiation exposure climbing, microfractures in armor, power drain unsustainable. I know, he said, that's normal. Why? Marcus didn't answer right away. Because there was no grand reason. No destiny. Just a problem that needed fixing. Because if you blow up, he said finally, you'll kill people who don't even know you exist, and I don't like that. The station was silent for a long time. Then, we waited. For who? For anyone. Marcus felt something tighten in his chest. How long? The answer came slowly, heavy with age. 43,000 years. Marcus closed his eyes. Yeah, he whispered, that's a long wait. The core flickered violently. Power levels crashed. Marcus swore and tore open his tool pack, hands moving fast now, instincts screaming. He bypassed alien protocols with brute force human logic, forcing energy where it was never meant to go. The station screamed. Not in pain. In relief. You should not be able to do this. Marcus grinned through the sweat. Buddy, you have no idea what humans do for fun. The core stabilized. Barely. Enough. Marcus sagged against a pillar, breathing hard. But deep in the station, ancient systems began to wake. Sensors. Transmitters. Defense grids. And far away, Coalition Command watched their instruments light up in terror. The dead station had just come back online, and it had chosen a human as its engineer. The Coalition fleet arrived 20 minutes too late. By the time their ships dropped out of jump space, derelict Thetanine was no longer dark. The ancient station glowed. Not brightly. Not violently. It glowed the way embers did after a fire was almost gone, but refused to die. Coalition sensors screamed warnings. Energy output climbing. Unknown systems activating. Gravitational fields stabilizing instead of collapsing. Admiral Kethral stared at the tactical display, mandibles twitching in disbelief. That station was declared dead before my species evolved agriculture, he said slowly. Why is it responding? No one answered. Because the truth made no sense. Inside the station, Marcus Hale was very tired. His suit was running on emergency reserves. His left arm shook from radiation exposure. The makeshift power feeds he had built were ugly, inefficient, and absolutely against every coalition safety law ever written. They were also working. The station's core no longer pulsed erratically. It beat. Slow. Steady. Alive. Marcus leaned against a console that had not been touched in 40,000 years and laughed weakly. Okay, he said. You're stable mostly, that's good. The alien presence stirred again, stronger now. You bleed. Yeah, Marcus said, checking the warning lights he was actively ignoring. That's also normal. You should leave. Marcus frowned. I can't. You will die. He considered that. Then shrugged. Maybe, but if I leave now your long-term stabilization fails in, 12 hours? The station processed this. 11.7. See, Marcus said, you need maintenance, real maintenance, and the coalition will never send it. They fear US. You're a moon-sized mystery with unknown weapons, Marcus said. They fear everything. Why do you stay? Marcus was quiet for a long moment. Then he sat down on the cold metal floor. Because, he said, someone stayed for me once. The station waited. Marcus stared at his gloves. I was 17, apprentice engineer, deep space relay failure, everyone else evacuated. Systems were failing, oxygen dropping, and one old tech stayed behind with me. He could have left. Why did he stay? Marcus smiled faintly. He said machines don't get scared, people do, and scared people need company. The core's light softened. You are afraid. Yeah, Marcus admitted, but I'm still here. The station considered this. Then something extraordinary happened. Access panels opened on their own. Hidden maintenance pathways unfolded like petals. Ancient schematics streamed into Marcus's visor, not raw data, but translated meaning, simplified into patterns his human brain could understand. The station was showing him how it worked. Marcus's breath caught. Oh, he whispered, you're letting me in. You stayed. Yeah, he said, humans do that. Coalition Command finally forced a communication channel through. Engineer Hale, Admiral Kethrall said sharply, you are ordered to evacuate immediately. That station is a Class X unknown. Marcus sighed. Admiral, he said calmly, with respect, your classifications are outdated. The Admiral bristled. Explain yourself. Marcus glanced at the core, then at the newly revealed systems. You're looking at a support station, he said. Not a weapon, not a threat. It was built to keep something alive, something big. Silence. What, the Admiral asked slowly, was it keeping alive? Marcus swallowed. A network, he said, a lot of stations like this. They used to talk to each other, share power, share knowledge, then something wiped them out. The coalition officers shifted uneasily. The last one, Marcus continued, has been alone for 40,000 years, running on fumes, holding itself together because that's what it was built to do. And you, the Admiral said coldly, are risking interstellar safety for sentiment. Marcus's voice hardened. No, he said, I'm fixing infrastructure. That made several species go silent. Marcus keyed a command, and the station projected its status outward. Structural integrity, stabilizing. Containment, reinforced. Energy output, controlled. This station isn't going to explode, Marcus said. It's going to survive if you let it. The Admiral hesitated. What do you want? He asked. Marcus didn't answer right away. He looked at the alien symbols glowing gently around him, at systems that had waited longer than humanity had existed. "I want time," Marcus said, "and permission." "For what?" "To teach it how to fail safely," Marcus replied, "the human way." They gave him 12 hours. They expected him to fail. Marcus worked anyway. He rerouted energy flows, introducing deliberate inefficiencies. He built manual overrides where alien logic had relied on perfect automation. He added alarms, redundancies, and emergency shutdowns that would trigger before catastrophic failure. The station resisted at first. "Your methods are crude." "Yeah," Marcus said, sweating, "but they're honest." "You introduce weakness." "No," he corrected, "I introduce forgiveness." He taught the station how to break without dying. And slowly, astonishingly, it adapted. Power stabilized further, radiation levels dropped, Marcus's suit stopped screaming. The station learned. "This is different." Marcus smiled, "Welcome to humanity." At hour 11, Marcus collapsed. His body finally had enough. Coalition medics beamed in moments later, cutting him out of his suit, flooding him with stabilizers. As they carried him away, Marcus reached out weakly. "Hey," he whispered, "you'll be okay." The station's lights pulsed warmly. "You are not alone." Marcus smiled, then passed out. Weeks later, Marcus woke in a hospital orbiting Earth. His body ached, his head throbbed, but he was alive. A human doctor smiled down at him. "You're officially the most stubborn engineer on record." Marcus groaned. "Did it work?" The doctor nodded. "The station's stable. The coalition designated it a protected site." Marcus relaxed. "And?" he asked. And the doctor continued, "It asked for you." Marcus blinked. "It what?" "It requested a human engineering presence," she said. "Specifically you." Marcus laughed, then winced. "Figures." Derelict Thetanine was renamed. Not by the coalition. By the station itself. They called it Haven. Humans established a permanent engineering outpost there, not to control it, not to weaponize it, to maintain it. Other species watched with confusion as humans crawled through ancient systems, patching, reinforcing, laughing, arguing with machines older than their history. The station changed too. It began broadcasting again. Not warnings. Invitations. Signals spread slowly across the void. And one by one, answers came back. Broken stations. Silent platforms. Dying remnants. All responding. All stabilizing. Because one human engineer had stayed. Years later, Marcus floated beside Haven's core once more, older now, grayer, slower, but still smiling. "You are TRNAD. Told you I would," Marcus said. "You did not have to." Marcus looked out at the stars. "Yeah," he said softly, "but that's kind of our thing." The core glowed steadily. For the first time in 40,000 years, it was no longer waiting. And the galaxy learned something important that day. Humans do not conquer by force. They conquer by fixing what everyone else abandons. They stay. The end.